to date a coworker or to not date a coworker. When I worked in New York at a marketing company, we used to tell our coworkers fraternization among coworkers is strictly encouraged. So I know a lot of people. It's a good debate. Like, should you date a coworker? Should you not date a coworker? I would say, I've like been on some dates with a few coworkers and stuff like that. I think like if both people mature, then it's something that it's not a big deal. Most companies, they don't have issues with it that I work for, if like you're not in the same department or it's not like a manager dating a coworker. But it's always fun to try to see if you can, because you're gonna be at work 40 hours. So if you can, date a coworker, like I'm all for it. I know some people, they're against it and stuff like that, but I think if you shoot your shot and the person says no, then it is what it is. But like I always like, trying to fill it out there. I think the best way to kind of fill things out is to do like group happy hour. Invite your teammates and people in different departments. You'd be like, yo, we're going to such and such bar on Friday. Get a come out, bring some people and stuff like that. Do that, via Slack or GChat or whatever pinging system that your company use. But I had some really good dates with coworkers that, like, if they're kind of giving that 30 vibe, then so I would kind of see where it goes. But I've been in situations where I shot my shot with certain coworkers and it didn't go well. You know what I'm saying? And that is always awkward. But it is what you learn. I think with that you just gotta have confidence. I try like to if it goes south, it goes south. It is what it is. But I was always talking with friends. I think that like it's important at work, especially if you work remote, to have a work wife. And my definition of a work wife is you guys talk on a regular. Like the person pings you without having to ping them. They hit you up and stuff like that. And y'all have conversations about work and not about work. That person may or may not be married, may not be in a relationship. But if it's male and women, or even if you're, gay and whatever, you can still have a work wife, work husband, whatever it is. If y'all talk on a regular, you know what I'm saying, then that is your work wife. The company I used to work for, we used to call it a YC. We used to call it your Yelp crush. But like, if you looking to transition from work wife status to booze, I would like do the same thing. Like, yo, so what you doing this weekend? And I'm going to this bar for happy hour. Come through. Bring whoever, and see what happens. Because if they come like work wife, will always pretty much come through or be like, oh, if I'm busy, let's do it next weekend and stuff like that. So like, that work wife relationship is something that's, I think it happens organically. You can't force somebody to be your work wife or work husband, but I definitely think you gotta have a work wife. It comes with the position. If you work a 9-to-5 square job, you definitely gotta have a work wife. So what I'm saying, you gotta be there for your work wife or work husband when they complain and when they're having a bad day. And like the work wife or work husband, they celebrate you when you have your compliments. And I think that like I work at a sales job, so like it's easier to have like a work spouse if you're decent at your job. So like the last company I worked with, my work wife sought me out because I was doing my thing on the sales floor. So it was easy for me to kind of fall into that work wife type situation and whatnot. And I work remote, and then like my work wife coincidentally lived in the same city, but I had left that job, so we never got a chance to meet in person. But like we was exclusive, you know what I'm saying? So it's always fun. Like me and my buddies, when I used to work in LA at this finance company, we would, so that was the thing, who's your work wife and whatnot. So I had this girl that was interested in me because I was doing good on the sales floor, but we didn't necessarily hang out alone outside of work or anything like that. But, that was like my first, work situation, when I was in LA and stuff like that. But yeah, so like in my opinion, I would say when it comes to, should you try to date your coworkers? Hell yeah, do that shit. I think like one of the companies I work with, when it comes to like sexual harassment, you can always ask once. You know what I'm saying? You can ask once, but if they say no, you can't ask again and stuff like that. So that's a rule of thumb. But like I would, write people on Slack and see like, who's like really making conversation and stuff like that, and kind of gauge it. Or like sometimes, like if you really gotta work right, they'll hit you up first, and then usually if somebody hit me up first, I keep the conversation going. I try to hit them up, too, from certain days. But like, just to reiterate, the work wife situation is y'all talk all the time. Because sometimes I was talking to one of my friends. He worked at a different company. It's like it's a German company, and like so like they got employees all over the world, and like but his work wife live in the same city as him. He was just like, yeah, we talk all the time. I'm like, yo, fam, you got a work wife, you know what I'm saying? So like, people watching this video, sometimes y'all might be looking for love at work, and y'all might have a work wife and don't even know it. So like, if you talk to somebody on a regular, that's your work wife. Yo, keep it 100. So again, like, you gotta work 40 hours a week or more. So if you got an eye on somebody at work, trying to see where it goes, get them out, in a group setting for a happy hour, and see, see what the vibe is and whatnot, and then, comment down if you agree or if you disagree, and if you have a work wife or you currently like who you work with,